I lost 180 pounds on a meat-focused diet. Here's what I ate today to lose 12 regained pounds.
First and foremost, let's take a minute to look at my helpers. Let's look at he's got a big stretch. Look at that ghost face. Some people call it sugar face. Oh, look at the gray, and she's getting more gray. It hurts my heart. Baxter, well, we probably won't see it on him as much. He'll just, because I had a dog like that, and it was just kind of hard to see. But anyway, so today is going to be a little bit, where's my lid? It's going to be a little bit different because Mom and I are going to be working around food with some other ladies, and we're going to be doing a bunch of prep work. I do not want to be hungry. So I've got about 60 grams of eggs, 60 grams of mushrooms, and I'm going to add in 2 eggs after it works its way down. So we are going to have a breakfast today because of what we're going to be around. I am taking, this is that chicken, veg, and cheese bake that I made in the it was in the crock pot, and a salad. I'm going to go ahead and take my lunch. Like I said, I don't really know what the day is going to bring. We may end up eating out, but I prefer to take something so that way, just in case. Hi, girl. Hi, Nosy Rosie. She says, I want some bite, guys. She said to me, Mama won't give me none. Absolutely not. No, I will not. No onions and mushrooms for the puppers. But yeah, so I got 2 eggs, onions, and mushrooms cooked up. I'm not sure if it's seasoned enough or salted enough. I'll have to kind of take a bite. But yeah, Mom just texted. Like I said, we're going to her church. We're going to be like cutting up, doing cabbage and carrots and stuff. We're getting this fancy slaw ready that she wants to make. And then they're serving, I'm trying to remember, they're serving, like they've asked several ladies to bring the cake. So they, and again, it's widows helping widows. So they're all widows, various ages. High nose. That needs salt. Anyway, so, but most of them are in Mom's range, 70s, 80s. But anyway, at least the way she says it, I haven't ever been there to see them. But yeah, so we're going to be at her church. I think they recently redid her church kitchen, or they were going to. So please understand, I've been going to her church since I was born. Like while I was in the womb. That's probably why I have such an aversion to organ music. I heard it for all those years. Hang on. And I associate organ music with being carried out for a whooping. No. Me? No. Yeah. I'd say probably 4 Sundays if there's 4 Sundays in a month, I'd say 3 out of 4 of them. Now I'm talking like when I was little. I was just so busy. Mom always said it felt like there was like 10 of me. She said I was just so numerous. That's the word she gave me, numerous. I am how I am. Anyway, so we're going to be in the church. We're going to be cutting up veggies and I don't know what else. I'm sure they've done renovations since I've really been down in the basement. Like in my teen years, we would have some of our youth group stuff there, and we also, when I was a little kid, we would have our vacation Bible school in the same area where Mom's gonna have the little old people. So it's gonna be kind of interesting in my head to see. It's like gonna be kind of like going back in time. But anyway, all right, I don't want to jibber jabber too long, so I can show you stuff later. Bye. My job is chopping up the cabbage. So we got some cabbage started, and they are peeling carrots and washing apples. So that's my handiwork. We got more to do later, but yeah. Okay, so there's a stage up there, and we used to think we were fancy and would dance up there. There's a piano. They brought a couple of the old pews, like a laid around the side. But this is where her ladies are going to eat tomorrow. There's a podium, St. Paul. When we were kids, I never knew how to play backgammon, but that's what this little thing is on the floor, the old folks. And behind there is a kid that used to be where they had like pool tables and all kinds of stuff. There's somebody in there. I'm going to go peek. We didn't go into. There's a lady in there. Oh, they've remodeled the bathroom. The walls in here were the same as they were out there. Oh, look at them. They're uptown. Same stalls, but nicely painted. I don't know if they painted this because this used to be that color. So that was the tile here in the bathroom, that color when I was a little kid. That door is where the pastor and the people get the communion, and they have the acolyte stuff in there. So the deed is done, but this is Mom's church. The organ is up there, and there's the pews, and up here is the pulpit, and a beautiful cross. So, and you got the cross, and then candles. So, yeah, this is the church that I grew up coming to, and that's the chapel area. It's kind of for overflow. One of the ladies had to run and get some gallon-sized, 2-gallon bags. And one of the other ladies said, "Oh, can you pick up some cocktail peanuts so we have something to snack on?" You guys, I may not be able to track all my macros today. But anyway, and if you notice, I'm only making shorts on days where I track. Like Sundays, I didn't. So anyway, on days where I don't track, those are days that there won't be like a short or what I ate video today, because I feel like I'm not, supporting how we're eating or trying to lose weight. And I don't want to be like, oh, this is what I eat to lose weight. And somebody being like, oh, well, boy, look how much she got to eat while losing weight. So I don't want to falsify what I'm doing. Out here, let's go the other way. So this place has grown. When I was a kid, way over there, hang on, let's see if I can get you zoomed in. Across the street, that's the school. And when I was a kid, that's the only school. And there was 1st through 8th grade. And then there was an old building right here, but they've added a new building. But that over there was the gymnasium. And so there was a gymnasium in there, and I don't know what's in there now, but that's where we had our basketball and volleyball and stuff. And this right here used to be all gravel, and this was like a place where we kids would come out of recess and play kickball. But since then they've paved it, and they've got this nice little area. This was all grass when we were kids, but then now they've brought the school, like the cafeterias in this building, and there's classes in this building. So the school has grown a lot. So the rules are, if you are a member of this church, currently, if you're a member of this church, the schooling is free. But if you attend at another Lutheran church or any other church, then there's a tuition. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, the room is ready to go. They got apples at every table. Some of the bags had apples that were not perfect. So that's going to be for the workers. And they got a couple cakes already, and you know who that is. The other ladies have stepped away. They've gone home. They're going to have buns, and they're having they're going to have sloppy joes. And so one of the ladies' sons did a bunch of sloppy joes. That's my handiwork. We got 6 big bowls of the cabbage. And it's cabbage, carrots, and radishes. And they cut up some strawberries and blueberries. And I don't know if there'll be nuts in it. And this is, they use that dressing on it. It looks like they got some pickles and that's the seasonings. And so anyway, my blender worked super well today. So that's all washed and ready to go. So I guess I better drain out the water and one more thing to wash. So all right, I think Mom and I are going out to eat, so I'll show you what I eat when we go. When I was a kid, there was a door that went here, and it went straight into the women's, bathroom hallway. Not into the bathroom, but into the hallway. So here's her plan. I'm going to show y'all. So she's going to have one person getting the plates and then putting the burger on and scooping, and then she's going to have her big salad here, and they're going to be able to get pickles and chips, and then whatever the drinks are. So the drinks and the cake will be way over there. So that's the game plan. All right, just so you all get a visual of the plan of Judith, and she's going to be over here whenever she puts her salads together. Doggies, the heat is back. That humid, hot weather, yucky pooey. Anyway, that's the back, and then cafeteria is over there. So, anyways, hotter than Cooter Brown. I had to have my windows cracked. There's an old country song called "Waiting on a Woman." My whole life, I've been waiting on a Judy. We're gonna go to a place called Don Carlos. It's a Mexican restaurant, so I'll get some kind of I don't know, meat, veggies, cheese. I have I don't have my own chips. But anyway, that's all right. I don't need chips. Steven smash steak. Chicken or steak over here. So basically, it looks like it is a fajita with some lettuce and tomatoes on it. So that's what I'm eating for my lunch today. No cheese, and there's my dinner day. I'm working on doing my cuticles. I take a pair of tweezers, and then I just kind of scrape along and kind of lift up the cuticle a little bit. Then I clip them. Look how red those are. That's because I'm rough on them. But I can't see good enough in my... Oh, I already did that one. I can't see good enough with my glasses on when I did something this close. So I got to get up this close without my glasses. Anyway, I meant to tell you all. So what I told you all last night, but what I did today was at Mom's church, I wanted to cancel my membership. I laugh. I'm like, it sounds like I'm going to the gym. But anyway, the pastor was in there, and I was talking to the secretary, and he was like, Terri, and I'm like, the old scared child kicked in. And he was like, we're getting a new music person. And he's like, so you'll be doing the contemporary service. I said, Pastor, I'm going to be honest with you. Because he said, he asked me why. And I said, Pastor, ever since I was this high, I pointed real low. I said, my attention span, by the time it comes around to the message, I said, the message is good, but I just can't focus. I just can't. And I said, it's how my brain is wired. I said, but where I go now, we go in, we sing a few songs, and then we have the message, and then we go home. I said, it's not all the liturgical part. And I said, my brain I just can't focus whenever I have to wait that long to listen. And so he was like, well, we're getting a new, I don't know what the person is, music director, I don't know. Anyway, and he said, he said, you're always welcome to come visit. I said, I sure will. I said, hey, I said, my mom, I said, and if my mom asked me to come help pass out things, I'll be here. And I said, or I'll go to the 8 o'clock service at my church and come attend this one with her. I said, but what I wanted to say is, I know I'm welcome. I was born and raised in this church. I was here longer than you. I didn't, but that's what my inner spoiled brat was thinking. But I didn't get stupid. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what I did today when I was there. But yeah, my inner child who always got in trouble inside that church from either the teachers or the pastors or my parents came out. I was like, oh, this isn't going to be okay. We're going to get another whooping. We're going to get another whooping. But we didn't. So, so then Mom and I went out to eat, and we got done. I think she said it was about 4 hours before we, by the time we got there, and then by the time we left. So anyway, that's what I know. I got my alley tonight, so we'll talk about it later. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this last cuticle. Bye. Well, hello. How you doing? Long time no see. Anyway, I am having supper. I'm having some issues with my creamy machine, and I'm curious if anybody else has it. I actually have had to replace the blade twice. It's like it's almost like it's gotten like where the thing is spinning, but the blade is not, and the blade is falling off. I always, when I put the blade on, kind of hit it on my hand to make sure the blade is fully in place. And, but like off and on over the past week. So, your girl bought some extra blades, but I shouldn't have to. It doesn't make sense. When I look, I don't see an issue with the piece that comes down, but it's almost like it just gets so hot, and then the blade is really hot in the place where where the pole sticks in it. So I don't know, I'm going to have to do some research on that, but I thought, well, you people have been through stuff in life. Maybe you know something about it. This weekend I crock-potted some chicken. So this is some chicken, and then I have some Alfredo. Listen, we are not doing macros. I don't know how to look up what I had for lunch today. But I did Mexican restaurant, and I looked up chicken. I mean, I could maybe use fajitas, but I don't use the tortilla. And they added lettuce and tomatoes, so I couldn't figure out what to plug in. But anyway, so we got chicken and Alfredo tonight. I just used the store-bought Alfredo. Now, I have made it before, but I just am not about that life tonight. That's the Great Value brand. Rayo's has a really good one too. Sometimes you go by what's cheaper versus what's better for you. So tonight's flavor is apple pie by itself. I want to try it by itself. I was wishing I had some caramel sauce. I don't. I have pumpkin spice. It's a skinny mixes pumpkin spice. I just want to put like a little drizzle and see what I think of it. Just a little drop. It might not be fitting since it's pumpkin. Nah, that's not a very great combination. When I made that video the other day about the fall things, the fall flavors of keto chow, there's a bunch of others. I forgot to list them. So when I make my creamies this weekend, I'll talk about all the different flavors. Because there's 4 fall flavors. So anyway, and I didn't talk about them. It's my first time. I don't know how this works. I do know it's just the link and not a code. So you just click the link and that's how it works. But that's good. It's 4 o'clock. I have to go see my Allie at 5:30, so I leave my house at 5. So I got an hour, so I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna wash my dishes, and then get on with my night. So yeah, I love you all, and that was today. It was a pop-up eating day. No, I wasn't planning on eating out, but by the way, I checked this morning and I was 165, so I'm like up 1.5 pounds. It happens. That's how life is. So I know I'll be up even more tomorrow. So we'll see what Sunday says, because Sunday is our weigh day. So even if you don't want to hear about Jesus and Judy,
those are the videos at the very beginning that you'll see my weight and how it's going for the week. I weigh Sunday morning. So, all right, bye. Y'all, this is the saddest day of my life. I have had to buy, this is this third paddle I've gone through. See how it's got that chunk of metal out of it? I called Ninja because I was watching some YouTube videos about it. And they said to call Ninja because they said that it means there's a problem with the base. So I called Ninja and I'm getting another one. I have to pay $20-something, just that's all, like $22 for shipping. They're going to send me a new base. But do you know how hard this was right here? Mentally, I'm telling you, I was like ready to cry. I'm like, can I wait until the new one comes? And she said, no, it has to be done in order to get the new one to ship. So, no creamy. But if you remember, I told you the other day, we can mix Greek yogurt. I'm going to just trash this when I have two more blades. We can mix Greek yogurt with our protein powder and we'll be good. So hopefully when I get my new thing, hopefully it'll have a new paddle and base. I'm going to set this over here. This is all my stuff for my Ninja Creamy. It's breaking my heart, you guys. Breaking my heart. Because you know, anytime something happens, I order 2 of it. So that's why I have 1, 2, 3 bases and 3 lids. And I have 2 more paddles. Hang on. Watch out, puppy dogs. I started with the puppy dogs and ending with the puppy dogs. I still got two more blades right here. So I'm going to put this in this box so I don't lose them. And yeah, so no creamies until it arrives. She says up to 7 days. Do you know how that broke my heart? All right, I gotta go. I gotta go see my Allie. Bye. Look, puppy dogs, puppy dogs.